It's one thing to make a mistake on your cruise, but it's quite another if that mistake ends up costing you a lot of money too. Today, I've got the costly cruising mistake that newbies make planning their first cruise up next. Hey everyone, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. No one wants to make a mistake, but a costly mistake hurts much worse than a mistake that's simply a lesson learned. On a cruise in 2019, I booked a last-minute hotel in Nassau, Bahamas because I thought it was a great rate at the popular Baha Mar Resort. It turned out to be a very similarly named hotel nearby, and without the access to the incredible resort I thought I was going to. Because it was non-refundable, and I didn't really do my research and just booked it off the whim, I wasted a lot of money on that mistake. While that mistake hurt my wallet, there are worse mistakes a new cruiser can make, such as putting their entire cruise vacation in jeopardy. That got me thinking about the absolute worst mistake someone could make that would cost them the most money if they did it. I wanted to narrow down the options to something someone could choose to do, and that it was a good idea as opposed to something more subjective. Certainly, a Royal Caribbean drink package you never ordered any drinks for would be costly, but that depends on the person. In considering the costliest cruise mistake possible, it would have to be something that puts your entire vacation cost at risk. And what did I come up with? Booking a flight the same day your cruise ship departs. In considering the possible negative financial ramifications, along with the possibility of it happening, it's clear to me booking your flight the same day your cruise is set to begin is arguably the costliest mistake. For a land vacation, anyone could book a flight to arrive in the city they'll be staying in on the same day of the first night of their hotel stay. That makes perfect logical sense for a land trip, but it's actually counterintuitive for a cruise vacation. Essentially, you're playing with fire by relying on your flight to be on time and not impacted by the typical delays and cancellations that the air travel industry often encounters. Having a tight schedule of landing, collecting your luggage, and then getting to the port leaves very little wiggle room for any kind of delay. Flight delays or cancellations, bad weather near your house, car breakdowns, and a variety of other unforeseen possibilities can wreak havoc on your schedule. But truly, flight delays and cancellations are so prevalent, especially this year, that it's just so common, it doesn't make sense to book a flight the same day. The embarkation window on the first day of your cruise is pretty limited. And if you arrive too late, you'll miss your cruise and there's no refunds for a no-show. That means your entire cruise fare will be lost if your flight's delayed and you can't make it there. Not only can you not board a cruise ship late, the cutoff time for embarkation is actually a lot earlier than the sail away time. Even if you book an early flight, there's no guarantee that the flight won't encounter a problem that results in getting you to your destination too late to make the ship. Royal Caribbean, or any cruise line for that matter, will not refund your money if you miss the cruise due to a travel delay. Trip insurance might pick up some of the tab, but it will not allow you to actually go on the cruise vacation that you planned and dreamed about. Moreover, it might not cover the entire cost, so you'll still be out a little bit of money. The way to guard against this problem is to simply book a flight that gets you to your embarkation city at least one day before your cruise sets sail. By flying in a day early, if your flight is delayed or canceled, you have another day to make a flight, and the chances of a catastrophic delay happening twice in a row is pretty unlikely. In addition, flying in early means significantly less stress for everybody involved. The last thing you want to do is start your vacation worrying every minute until you arrive in your embarkation port that a travel delay could appear. Just the lingering thought of a delay is enough to make your vacation anything but relaxing. In fact, for the Royal Caribbean blog staff, anytime we go on a cruise, I always make sure they go in a day early. Yeah, it costs a little bit more for a hotel for the extra night and food and whatnot, but you know what? It's worth the risk. So that might lead you to think about, well, what if I just book my flights with the cruise line? Because you might think by booking your flight with Royal Caribbean's Air to Sea program, you'll be safe if your flight is delayed because the ship will wait for anybody that booked flights with the cruise line. This is actually a misconception because even if you arrive late on a flight booked through the cruise line, the ship will still sail without you. Instead, Royal Caribbean will assist in getting you to the ship at another port. That doesn't account, by the way, for the time you miss on board the ship. Royal Caribbean says the emergency travel team will work with you to find alternative flights. In some instances, same-day viable flight options may not be available, and in those instances, we will accommodate you to the next available port where you may legally join the ship. End quote there. Note the word legally in Air to Sea's policy because you may not be allowed to join the ship in the next port. The United States and other countries have cabotage laws that prevent foreign flag ships to pick up and drop off passengers in any port. Foreign flag cruise ships, which are all of Royal Caribbean ships by the way, are required to make a stop in a foreign port of call when sailing round trip from the U.S. The law is part of the Passenger Vessel Services Act, or the PVSA of 1886, sometimes called the Jones Act. That's actually incorrect, but I digress. And it's meant to protect the U.S. Merchant Marine, which are the licensed officers and documented trade personnel on the ships. And it's also to protect U.S. shipyards that both build and repair the ships. In layman's terms, this means Royal Caribbean cannot let you join a ship at a U.S. port if you later will be disembarking at a different U.S. port, unless a visit to a distant port such as Aruba is on the itinerary, or any other foreign port for that matter. So, who should you call if you have a problem getting your ship on embarkation day? Well, Royal Caribbean is the phone number for emergencies on the day you set sail on your cruise. If your travel plans are disrupted and you're unable to make the cruise, you definitely want to give Royal Caribbean's Day of Sailing helpline a call at 1-800-256-6649 or 305-539-4107 if you're outside the country. The bottom line is, don't let this mistake ruin your vacation. Coming in at least one day ahead of time is not only a really good tip for an extra long vacation and a little less stress, it will ensure, more than likely, that you will not have your entire cruise vacation and cost lost because of a travel delay. Hopefully this will help you out. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on getting to the cruise ship. And is there a more costly mistake other than missing the entire vacation because of a travel delay? I'd love to hear it if you have any good suggestions in the comments below. While you're down below our video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. That way YouTube will let you know we have a brand new video to share. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. We'll talk again real soon.